Heyo, what's up guys, Victor here. With the first ladders of Legends of Runeterra having concluded last month, we thought it'd be nice to recap how Season 2 has shaped up so far here at ESL Mobile. To kick things off, let's first congratulate our top 4 players from Ladders 1. Total of 76 players took part vying for a share of the 1,000 Singapore dollar prize pool. And from this group, Bright NA of Thailand takes the first prize at 1,256 points, with a staggering record of 29-0-8 and an incredible 9-win streak to boot. Taking second is Pokeberry 34 with 1,235 points. Third goes to Yugi LD from Vietnam with a fair 1,221 points, and Grit from Indonesia takes the fourth and final spot at 1,211 points. Now, I've got 3 matches that we picked up from Ladders 1, and to help me analyze these matches, I brought along a very special guest. Say hello to last season's Ladder 1 winner, the Scav from Indonesia.
Yo, what's up guys? My name is Scav. Maybe probably you know me as AG the Scav from Legend of Runeterra. I am a professional player of Legend of Runeterra and I've been playing this game for at least 1 year. So for now I think Boss Demang is bringing the Z with Lulu, the almost like an aggro deck for Demacia and Ionia, and for Ice Cop he actually bring the old version of S, the freeze deck, S with Leblanc, S and Leblanc. So actually this must to be favorite into the Ice Cop since he actually have many spell that can counter the offensive from the Boss Demang. Since like what he got right now is Troll Chain. The spell on the card on left side of his hand is Troll Chain that can like shut down the attacker from Boss Demang and also like kill the attacker. So right now, I don't really like this move to be honest. Like dropping Leblanc right now actually not that good since like you can drop the Glory Seeker here just to pull the elusive unit since like you don't have something to stop this unit from attacking, and also dropping Leblanc now opening a chance to your opponent to use like Break Steel. Like after this I think he gonna drop the 2 mana cost card, the Break Steel, just to get a free blocker right now. So like he put to practice protector to get free blocker here. So right now like Ice Club cannot attack at all, and that's just like don't do anything. So he can trap. Oh, that's actually, yeah, that's kind of bad draw for Ice Club, and using this to right now is really bad since like you only have 1 card that actually have more than 5 or more attack, and that's only the Yeti. So Ice Club only draw 1. If he drop S first and next turn he can drop the 2 mana drop there, and after that he can still use the 4 mana to draw a card. He gonna draw more card than now, like 3 card. I think that's better than just dropping it right now. Fine if he dropping the S right now and then the Trivarian Seeker. Yeah, this gonna be a free 4 damage to face, and having the Bird and Young Wit is really gonna be good for Boss Demang. The only hope right now for Ice Cop is actually drawing the Reckoning.
Oh, the Reckoning.
So,
okay.
Yeah, the Reckoning is the card that actually can kill all unit that have 4 or minus power, as long as you have the unit that have 5 or plus power.
I see.
And right now Ice Cop actually already have S in board that have 5 power. So if he draw Reckoning, he can clear all the board of his opponent by only paying 6 mana, also losing only Trapper and the Spider, which actually is kinda, I think it's valuable for Ice Cop, and is the best card that he can draw right now.
Best card probably, but then considering the fact he's already like 9 health points behind his Nexus, it's really looking like it's going to be a high stress draw, isn't it?
Yeah, this is gonna be high stress. That's the reason why Trapper is really not good to be drawing too late, since like right now even like I think Boss Demang can win in this turn if he's just like using the Aegis here. Like if he using Aegis now, he can keep 1 unit to block here and pressing 3 more damage, and next turn just open attack, hoping that Ice Cop doesn't draw any kind of freeze. I think yeah, still this the best play. Even though even if he don't draw the break still there,
So even
but it's still little.
it's still
it's still
lethal,
lethal.
still lethal.
Still lethal.
Okay. Even despite all that in it.
Despite all that, it's still little.
Well, unfortunately at this point, Ice Cub's down to his last 3 health points here in this Nexus. I mean,
And
Yeah.
that eject 3 damage, which kind of sad for Ice Cube to be honest here.
yeah, what a shame. So, no way out of this one. So GG there, and GG to Boss the Mang.
For Pokberry, actually he bring the newest deck is the Bundle 3 deck, Landmark. I think the second champion is still Timo and Poppy, and Tonrip bringing the old discard aggro Wydad Sion. I think it's the Draven Jinx discard.
So how's this new deck really been shaped up in the meta so far?
The new deck is really good in the meta. Like it actually not an aggro deck. It's more like a control type of deck where he want to stall his opponent until he can summon unit from at 10 region to activate the landmark and just win the game. So Pokberry actually don't need to damage his opponent Nexus as long as he can summon at least 10 unit from different region. So this hand actually kind of bad for Pokberry since he drawing 2 mini morph in his hand, which actually the thing that you don't want to when you facing against aggro, because you need many as blocker as you can have here. And from Tonrip here actually like his hand is really good and is on curve actually. He draw the spider on turn 2 into Draven on turn 3, and he actually got the fearsome attacker, also the I forget the name, the 2 mana that can give the all unit 3 attack, 1 attack. He picked the new card, it's Aloof, where the effect is that if you drop Aloof, you and your opponent draw 1, but your opponent gonna discard 1 card. So yeah, Pokberry gonna attack. Oh, it's supposed to block the 7-2 there better than blocking the Draven, since like it's just the same, because like this is ephemeral. I think Pokberry thinking about like you don't need to be blocked, but it's the same like you, even if you block Draven, the Draven also not going get hit because he got quick attack here. I think it's better just block the ephemeral here just to preserve 1 more health.
Well, he went for the other option though, so unfortunately that's gonna be 7 damage.
7 damage, yeah, that's gonna be 7 damage to face and all his board here.
Oof. That hurts, dog. Even looking at this.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he can level up the Jinx right away after he drop it.
Right? I mean, it's basically like all the options are on his hands right now. I mean, it feels so bad for Pokberry at this point.
Yeah, and I think this gonna be end this turn.
I mean, probably. I don't really see what Pokberry could kind of do to block here. I mean, you think like, was there any kind of point before this where Pokberry could have perhaps changed the outcome of this?
I think Pokberry doesn't have any option here. Even though like Rekindler can summon 2 unit here, champion that already die, like Timo. On Tonrip side, he got the Chomper that can pull 2 unit, and like there's still 4 more unit that gonna be attacked. So even though like the worst possibility for Pokberry right now is the best possibility is dropping Rekindler and full block and still got at least 6 damage. If the Jinx level up and the Tonrip get the Rocket, that means it's GG for Tonrip. Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, that's when this Minimorph finally do something.
Okay, a
But
little.
still, it's not enough. I think, cause next turn is still gonna be little.
I mean, just a little cut there while they're getting completely stomped, I suppose.
Yeah, true. So yeah, there's no way he can stop this open attack from Tonrip here.
Yeah, he's gonna got attack tokens and more.
Yeah, just need to open attack here, and yeah, that's GG.
GG, well played, Pokberry. It was a really good run, but unfortunately, it looks like your run ends over here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's so bad of the hand from Pokberry drawing 3 Minimorph. Actually, I never met both of this player,
Ah, I see.
both in ladder and also in tournament. So this gonna be interesting because Babur is actually bringing TK Soraka, the old landmark deck with the old landmark deck, and also the EBZ William actually bring the newest deck. It's Fizz Nami.
It's Nami. Okay, so what can you tell me about this new deck then?
Like Fizz Nami is really strong TK Soraka because like I think on 2 season before this there's actually like elusive package, but it's not with Nami, it's Fizz TF where it's really destroy any Targon deck. I think it's 3 season before, like 3 months or 4 months ago. So this actually have the similar archetype with that deck, but it's more stronger because he got Nami that can keep buffing your elusive unit here.
Okay.
And in Babur shot that he really need to draw his Starping is the landmark that TK Soraka win without even the TK Soraka player need to hurt their opponent Nexus.
Okay, gets Fortune Croaker.
The Croaker in. So yeah, I actually don't like this.
Oh, what happened?
I mean, it's good because actually like Babur actually don't have any mana left, right? But actually you don't want to waste your card just to go into their unit. But yeah, I mean it's still fine, but I more like to use it later to face than into the Kogger, or at least to keep Fizz from getting eaten by TK. So that's good draw. So right now actually like the new archetype, the Nami archetype, you need to keep preserve your mana, like your unit mana, not the spell mana, the original mana, so you can get refill mana next turn to make the Nami level up faster.
Okay.
So right now Nami still 0/7 and it can be like 2/7 if he don't use the Poké Stick there. Iya, that's too fast to drop Nami. Like there's no reason for EBZ William actually to drop Nami there. He just can pass because like dropping Nami make Nami actually be killable with like Boxtopus and also TK, and also like slowing down the progress of the Nami level up here. Ooh, the situation on Babur actually really good here. He have 2 Hush on his hand right now that can shut down any elusive damage, and yeah, to shut down Fizz right now. And having TK also really good here since like it can keep shutting down other unit beside the Fizz, and the Fizz can be there by dragging it with Boxtopus. Right now it's really bad condition for EBZ William.
Yeah, it's already been how many turns and the Boxtopus is still there. Still a huge monkey on his back in it.
And yeah, I don't think that he dropped Nami after he got the Nami get taken away by Boxtopus and he just dropped the Nami again, and that's really I don't think is a good move there, because actually he can drop it next turn after the Boxtopus attack and it still be okay. I don't know. Ooh, there's a third Nami, and if he just drop it here, just gonna get eaten by the TK here. Ooh, he using the vulnerable. So yeah, this gonna be a bad threat for Williams here.
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, here on the bench, doesn't look too good for him now.
Yeah, I think Babur actually make the misplay also here. He's supposed to pull the Fizz into the 2/2, not Star Shepherd there into the Croaker. Because if he pull it into the Croaker here, he gonna get 2 more damage to face. And this Star Shepherd actually gonna keep growing until your opponent need to block this even with the elusive unit. I think this a win for Babur here since like he really have full board here and he really controlling the board here right now with TK and also having Blessas on his hand. Yeah, if he still has that Star Shepherd on the early, this game already end this turn. Because it gonna get another 4 damage, that's gonna be 8 damage to face. Yeah, this already full threat.
Alright, Soraka Unleashed now.
Soraka level up and getting an extra draw for Bubur here. Yeah, trying to find an answer here by Williams. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I think this are the GG. There's no way to win here.
Yep. One more quiet
The-
taste.
More acquired taste and still have mana for the Has that already been pranked. Even though that if just gonna take this damage after this. Yeah,
Yep.
that's GG.
GG. He knew all the
Yeah,
writing was
William
already on the
already
wall.
know.
Thanks a lot, Scaff, for joining us over here on this show. Any last words that you would like to share with our viewers before we leave?
Probably for the new player that want to feel to play more competitively, I suggest that you don't need to be afraid. Don't afraid to make mistake. Like you can see, like even like tournament, even myself, I really do a lot of misplay like what Williams do. Like you learn by failing, like what people say. The more experience you get, the more match that you play, you gonna know how to use the card, how to win with that deck, and like you searching for the loophole even though that you know that you're facing the deck that actually unfavorable for you.
And that's all we have for the show today. Thanks a lot for sticking through this. Legends of Runeterra Season 2 will continue on ESL, so to stay up to date with results, or if you'd just like to sign up for upcoming tournaments, the link is always down below. For more content like this, go ahead and hit that like button, as well as the subscribe one too. For more news and announcements, stay up to date by following us on Facebook. And of course, all the action can be found live on Twitch. Until then, my name is Victor Cax, and we'll see you in the next one.